Good morning, everybody. It's cold out there. I am so glad that I get to talk with you guys and stay indoors. John, good morning. Appreciate you, sir. Get the inside monitor stuff. Marisa, I did not see you at Papa B's the other day. I noticed it as I was leaving. The weather is cold. I mean cold. So we're talking 24 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -3 or -4 Celsius. And it's going to be sunshine, so that'll be a plus. The winds are going to be kicking up for most of the morning, so we might get some wind chimes in the background. I'm sure the little birdies are going to be waiting for the temperature to go up a little bit or the sun to rise. We shall see what happens. So tomorrow it'll warm up. Tomorrow will be close to 50 and things will get back to normal. Marisa, I hope you had a very Merry Christmas. And you join us for New Year's. The music channel will be live New Year's Eve. We're going to start about 11 o'clock East Coast time. Marisa will already be in the new year. And we will be going until I can't go anymore. But hopefully I'll be able to at least celebrate Happy New Year on our West Coast. Juan's over on the West Coast along with some other people. I'm in North Carolina. And the channel that I'll be doing the New Year's Eve will be the music channel. Give me just a second here, and the music channel will be up. Nightbot will post your channel if you type !me like I just did there. There we go. That's the wrong one. My aim is bad. I will probably do a short live this afternoon just to make sure there's no more hoops that YouTube wants me to jump through. Memories Jamaica, what part of the world are you in? Or are you actually in Jamaica? Great, great place to be. Hey, the only time I wouldn't want to be in Jamaica is when a hurricane's coming through. Then it probably is not as much fun. But I enjoy snorkeling and walking the beaches. So that would be a great place for me to visit one day. And we have people coming into chat that's from all parts of the United States, uh, all parts of the world, really. The only place we haven't gotten yet is Antarctica, and I don't know what the holdup is there. I guess they're more concerned with trying to keep warm. Oh, trust me, if I got to Jamaica, I would let you know. And I took a trip to Florida a few weeks ago, and I let the people in Florida know that I was going to be there, and I would sit down over a coffee, and some did, some didn't. I enjoy meeting people from all around the world and learning what life is like where they live. I know. Snow can be fun. It can be not so fun driving in it sometimes. But when it snows and you don't have to be somewhere, it's a lot of fun. If you look at some of my waterfall videos, There's one that I got to Lower Cascade Falls, and we had some serious cold weather. We had roughly 7-foot icicles hanging off of the cliff next to the falls. Yeah, it can be. North Carolina's not so bad. We can get really, really hot for a day or two. We can get really, really cold for a day or two. But most of the time, the weather here is very accommodating. Spring and fall are absolutely amazing. Uh, in our mountains, the leaves change colors, and it's just yellow, orange, red. Some years are better than others, but it's always fun. And all of these different times of year, I've got videos showing the leaves, what it looks like from the mountaintops and different waterfalls. And I'll be adding more waterfalls, more mountaintops in 2026. Well, if you make it to North Carolina, let me know. And if there's any way I can catch up with you, we will at least sit down over a coffee. Oh, no problem. And you come at just the right time because the new channel that I'm starting, I will be doing morning lives from there at the same time I do morning live from this channel. But uh, what I'm going to do is the chat in this channel will just be I will just type, and that way when the birds are singing, I'm not talking over them. So this will be more true to the start of the channel, which is nature. And the music channel, I will also be live, and we'll we'll have conversations there. So the two channels will still be going. They'll be separated a little bit though. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Um, my hobby is hiking and photography, and I started that channel. I mean, I had a YouTube channel for a year before I even knew I had a YouTube account because I had to download some software from Google Play, and family kept asking me about my hikes. So I just put some videos up about the hikes, and people seem to like it. So it's the nature channel will never be monetized. I just cannot bring myself to have commercials playing during nature videos. A lot of people use the water, the river, and the waterfalls videos to meditate or pray by. So I enjoy putting that on YouTube. The music channel, if it was to take off, I would probably let YouTube put some commercials in it and probably would monetize that one. But who knows? The music channel was 1 week old yesterday, and there was already 60 people signed up for that one. Well, Memories Jamaica, if you have a YouTube channel, type exclamation ME and Nightbot will post your channel. I'm going to do it, so just give it a second. If we both do it at the same time, Nightbot gets confused. But if you type that, Nightbot will post your channel. There you go. And people who are interested in videos from Jamaica, check out that link. Yeah, you got 79 videos. Excellent. I like your splash screen on your YouTube channel. That's nice. Oh, you're welcome. You know, when I started out, uh, like I said, I just thought maybe 5 or 10 people would watch the videos because they were curious about my hiking. I had no idea this would take place. And then people I met through this channel, we got to talking music, and music kept coming up. And people started telling me I should do a music channel, and enough people finally said it. Here I am. I started it last week. I got a wide variety of music that I enjoy. I would recommend to you look up a guy, the initials BE, and his last name is Mann, MANN. He is a guy that I worked with for a while, and he actually does reggae. Obviously, he didn't make a living from it, but he's apparently fairly well known. BE Mann. And he does a pretty good job. Um, Mostly, I would be considered an old rocker because I like Fleetwood Mac, Bob Seger, Journey, the Eagles, stuff like that. And this afternoon, I'm just going to, like I said, test the waters, make sure the channel's able to go live. And I'll probably do a short live video about Christmas music. So if you want to check out that channel, that's the one that Nightbot posted up there. Good morning, Mike. Mike, thank you again for all of your help. Between Moggs and Stevie B and Mike, they got the new channel up and going. Mike, you'll get a kick out of this. Sunday afternoon, I was going to do just a short live to make sure all the bugs were worked out and whatnot. I had enough people, everything was ready to go. YouTube wanted to verify some of my information. Gave them the information, and they said it'd be 24 hours before I could go live. So I'm going to try this afternoon. That's way more than 24 hours. And New Year's Eve at 11 p.m. my time. Hey, Roger Blair. New Year's Eve at 11 p.m. my time. The new channel, I will go live to bring in the new year. Well, the first time I went live, it didn't happen. I don't know what was different. Now, the first time I went live was a couple years ago, but it is what it is, whatever. And I'm just going to do the free version of StreamYard for, I'm going to test the waters for Friday night and Saturday night and see which one works out the best for people to come in the chat, and just do an hour or two each week. And hopefully we can all get together one night a week and learn something about music we didn't know. Yeah, I know, Mike. It took me about 20 minutes listening to you talk. You're a thinker. You think about stuff, and your memory's probably better than mine. Teacher Crizzy. Oh, Teacher Crizzy, thank you. I am so glad to see your big, bright smile. I am just going to guess that your card got lost in the mail somewhere. I was so disappointed that it had not reached you. Teacher Chrissy had a video where they were cooking in the outside in the neighborhood, and everybody was having so much fun. Reminded me of block parties when I was living in certain neighborhoods. The entire neighborhood would come together for a little get together, like July 4th, Labor Day, etc. I don't know why it did that, but it did that. So, Mike, what are you working on today? Which project has your attention? Oh, okay. I know you like the cold, but even up there, as much as you tolerate the cold, you stay warm, buddy. We've got enough people sick. We don't need any more people sick. Yeah, I figured it was for the cows. Kathy Bates, good morning. We've got about 40 hours before the new year here officially arrives. 40 hours is nothing, though. Why on earth would you run, Kathy? You should know this is a drama-free zone. Nobody should be running. Good job, Nightbot. You are correct. I am very thankful for everyone who comes in the chat. Juan's about to start work. Yeah, I can only imagine, Mike. I used to look at Craigslist all the time, and people who were giving stuff away. If they had something that I could use, I would go and pick it up, and often they would have other things that I didn't need. And I told them, I said, I know what dealing with people is like here. Keep my phone number. And if you ever, or if any of your friends ever have something they need gotten rid of and they're going to give it away, I have a charity I work with, and I'll be more than happy to come pick it up and take it to the charity. And I did that for a long time, and people would call me up, hey, my buddy's this, that, and the other. So, but it's gotten so bad now. Those people have gotten rid of all their free stuff, and I hardly do it at all. And one guy had that they were giving away a camera, an old camera, 35 millimeter. And I said, well, I enjoy photography, and I have enough old cameras that I still own that I could probably do a little mini museum display. And so I went and I got it, and there was no camera. Hey, Teacher Crizzy, waving at everybody. So a little misrepresentation sometimes. And I've talked about it for the last couple of days. I really should probably start whittling down and selling some stuff. And I just don't know where to go to sell it because everything's such a headache. Yeah, I would, Mike. Everybody wants something for nothing. That's why I don't enjoy selling stuff. Now, if I take it to like one of these places that use books and CDs in Winston and Greensboro, they're going to give me half of what it's worth. I'll put up with headaches, before I'll sell everything for half of what it's worth. I think there's one CD I got that will probably sell pretty quick. I've got Alan Parsons' Tales of Mystery and Imagination CD, and it is not the normal CD. The material that is that the data is engraved on is a super thin layer of gold. So I think I'll probably be able to sell that one fairly quick. But Igmos, I'm not sure I want to ask what it stands for, but I can get the gist of it. There was this guy selling his living room suit. You know, him and his wife upgraded and living around here. I mean, Thomasville, uh, famous, famous. Yeah, Igmos sounds very accurate. Living around here, you know, Thomasville Furniture. We have the furniture market twice a year. Um, just big name furniture stores, uh, manufacturers. People from Boston would come down here and buy stuff and haul it back to Boston because they could save that much money. Uh, it's difficult to sell used furniture, and this guy had some really nice stuff, and he was advertising it everywhere for, I think he wanted $800, and I told him, I said, I'm not going to insult you. That's not my intentions, but I will pay you $400 for the living room suit, and you continue to sell it and advertise it for the eight. And if you get the 800, that's great. But if you don't get it sold for 800, my offer of 400 stands. And he saw that you couldn't get that price for it, and he sold it to me for 400, and he delivered it. So it just goes in line with, you know, some people want way more than what stuff's worth. Kathy, you gonna come to the New Year's party tomorrow night? You got it, Juan. You pay attention to driving. Don't be texting. Hopefully, Juan will be able to join in tomorrow night. We're just going to use YouTube. We're not going to use StreamYard. Mike, do you stream everything, or do you have physical media for your music? Which do you prefer, if you prefer it all? Yeah, and some people are so stuck on their paradigms. Uh, I don't know. They're just so stuck on their paradigms that they refuse to listen to any information that doesn't go along with what they want to think. I used to I used to call it groups of people being tribal. Anything they do is right, and anything another tribe does is that they don't like is wrong. Instead of what's right's right and what's wrong's wrong for everybody. But someone else suggested that they call it gang, and I have to admit, a lot of groups are acting like gangs. To quote Metallica, sad but true. Mr. Lee, everybody's always asking if you've been heard from. I almost sent you an email today. Merry Christmas, sir. Wow, Mike, I sold all my 8 tracks. Mr. Lee, some of the things we've heard going on, you're in our prayers. So we'll leave that at that. I still haven't seen that 350, Mr. Lee. Oh, uh, Mr. Lee, have you ever watched the movie Born Losers? Oh, okay. I understand. If mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. So, for that matter, you too, Mike, have Mr. Lee and Mike, have y'all watched the movie Born Losers? Okay, Mr. Lee, I'll delete that one. My old email, same thing. So that's why I've got this new one. Moggs, good morning. Well, my email address is listed on this channel, and I'm getting everything up to speed on my new channel. So it'll be the same email though. And all of you guys, feel free to send me an email so I have you in the new email that I have. Uh, Sometimes you got to copy and paste. I don't know why when you click the link it doesn't work, but I've had a few people tell me that. Put in the subject line something that only me and you would know, because I'm being a little careful of any emails I open. You got it, Juan. I hope you have a good day at work there. Mr. Lee says hello, Juan. He's probably rushing into work. So 11 o'clock East Coast time tomorrow night, going live for the New Year's. It's always more fun with Mr. Lee. Yes, sir. I totally understand. Uh, we understand the situation you're in, and we will work with you as much as we possibly can. Yeah, it's not very different here. I don't remember who said it, but a very wise person it was. Here in the states, we're one election away from tyranny. Yeah, yeah, Mike. Um, I really wanted to live in a different area, but with everything that was going on with the pandemic and other things, people were opening their eyes to what was actually going on. They started moving to the place I wanted to move to, so I ended up here. And I am amazed. I lived out of state for less than 20 years, and I'm amazed how much this place has changed, and not necessarily for the better. Mike, the first place that I remember living, I was probably about 3 or 4 years old when we lived there, was a 1 mile dirt road, and there was about 3 houses on that dirt road. Right now, that 1 mile dirt road is paved, and there's about 6 houses on it. That's how far out in the country I used to live. Yeah, Mr. Lee, we have to be very discerning and question everything. A lot of what I view is on another format. Well, the little place I lived had a church and a stop sign and a one-room store. Now it has a church and a stop sign. The one-room store is out of business. But the farmers coming in to that one-room store is how the community got its name. You probably know to a certain extent, Mike, these farmers were not as big as you are, but farmers tend to have money. Farmers have money once a year, and that's when the crops come in and they sell them. So the store, they ran credit, and when the crops come in, they got paid back. Well, when the farmers come in and was getting stuff when they didn't have money, they would just say, jot them down. In other words, write down what their bill was so that when they had money, they'd pay you later. But they just said, jot them down. And that became the name of the community, jot them down. Go figure. A church and a bar, so you got both ends of the spectrum covered. Yeah, they're trying to do that everywhere, Mr. Lee. It is a worldwide thing. You mean about jot them down? I'm not kidding you when I say I'm a little old mountain man. Uh, that's why I don't like to do the hike a couple of days into the woods and camp. I've lived in houses without bathrooms. I'm not going to walk out into the middle of the woods. Whenever I go camping, I want a bathhouse within 100 yards of my tent. And usually my tent is pitched right next to my car. Mr. Lee, we are very happy to see you. And I'm sure that we will let everyone know tonight that we got to see you. Yeah, to me, roughing it is I enjoy pitching the tent, putting the sleeping bag on the ground, and now I hike all day through the wilderness. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but I'm going to have some modern conveniences. Well, Mr. Lee, you are greatly missed. I'm not kidding when I say everybody's asking about you. I am serious as serious can be. And Mr. Lee, I hope you'll visit my new channel. It's pinned at the top of the chat. I know how that is, Mike. I think Mr. Lee's already been to my new channel, but I want to make sure he knows he's invited. I'd rather invite you guys twice than miss you once. Mike, with the farm and everything, when do you have time to use your RV? Good deal. Well, Mike, if you ever take a vacation within a certain radius of where I live, let me know. I'll I'll drive over and we'll have a coffee or lunch or something. the eastern half of Tennessee, about from Nashville east, anywhere in South Carolina, and the southern half of Georgia, the southern half of Virginia. Any of those places is a day trip for me. Oh, me. That's the first time I heard you mention that she works. I would like to get some traveling in before I'm not able to. That trip to Florida, the last one, it was a lot harder on me than the previous trips. But I was doing at least 4 hours driving each way each day. Hmm. Interesting situation. I'm not going to speculate. But there is such a thing as people getting into a comfortable rut, and they just keep doing the same thing over and over. They don't try new stuff. Um, that's why I live as frugal as I do, Mike. Is I don't put up with junk. Uh, it's like one job I had. It was a fantastic job. There was nothing difficult about it. The pay was really good, but I was working with 2,500 people that I did not want to be around. And don't get me wrong, money's important, but peace of mind is way more important than money. I could be way better off financially, but like I said, I, if I like somebody, I like them, and I like them to their face, and I like them behind their back. If I don't like somebody, I don't like them to their face, and I don't like them behind their back both. Too many people make out to be your best buddy, and then you find out they're not. That just makes life complicated. And there's enough junk out there to complicate life. Why deal with stuff you don't have to? Wow. Um, for those of us who've never seen one of those stores, what kind of store is it? Department store, thrift store? Okay. Well, that sounds like a really good deal. And if it's a woman's clothing store, then I never would have heard of it. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Moggs, you shouldn't have said that. That'll set him up for bad jokes. Excuse me. I know, Moggs, but I knew exactly where you were going. That's okay. I like setting Mike up for his punchlines sometimes. Mike, I had an 8-track tape player in my Mustang. I installed it, and I had a 77 Cutlass Supreme that had a factory 8-track in it. And those were the last two cars I owned that had 8 tracks in them. Hey, there's nothing wrong with coupons. I thought Kathy had gone back to sleep. Well, I guess it's because we grew up fairly poor and coupons were just about a necessity. Trust me, we did not live in a house without a bathroom because we wanted to. Hey, Donna. Donna, I hope you had a great day. I think Donna's about 10:23 at night. Yeah, Kathy. Oh, okay. I understand, Mike. Yeah, it's really bad when one person in the relationship is responsible and the other one's not as good at handling money. Makes for some little bit of friction. Oh, geez. Mike, when you said that, the first thing I thought, the thoughts that ran through my mind was if you, myself, and Moggs were all 18 at the same time in the same city and all the trouble we would end up in. Got you, Moggs. Well, Mike, I'll just throw out some numbers for you, and I'm sure you will understand each and every one. 0.22, 0.32, 0.357, 0.40, a couple of numbers together, 30, and 12 and 20. The last time I was at a range with my pistol, it was when I was down in South Carolina. So this has been a few years ago. I could still hit a golf ball at 50 yards. Oh, my 30-30 was part of a trade for the 77 Cutlass, and it was Winchester made it, but it was sold through Sears, so it has Sears on it. Yeah, uh, I really kind of wanted those, but they were just a little too expensive for me. Um, Now, one of my friends' coworkers, he had a 3-bedroom house, and one of his bedrooms, against every wall and in the closet, was a safe, and the safes were taller than me. And I know, Mike, I ain't saying much, but you, like 6 foot tall safes, and every last one of them was loaded, full of different items. And when we would go to one of the local shows on the weekend, uh, he, he would always bring his truck and a hand truck, and he would he was a member at a range, and he would go through hundreds of rounds every week, probably thousands of rounds every week. I know the the range that he was a member at, he could take a guest in, and it was outdoors, and it was a really huge range. You had to start taking into consideration Earth's rotation on some of the shots that he was doing. That's how far into it he was. Yep, I know what you mean. Mine would just slow down people. It wouldn't stop them, but you know, Again, it's what I could afford. Yeah, well, if we do things right, we get a little smarter each year we get older. I figured Kathy would have a quick comment about that statement. I I enjoy learning stuff from people too much. And every once in a blue moon, I can tell people something that they didn't know. So, give back a little bit. Careful, Kathy. I know your treehouse. Sharon, good afternoon, Miss Sharon. You just missed Mr. Lee. He was here a few minutes ago. Yeah, he's keeping a low profile. His significant other doesn't want him spending so much time on social media. I guess she's being a little stingy with his time. But, Sharon, he said he might be in chat at Moggs tonight. So, everybody, why the fascination? 9 o'clock East Coast time tonight. And everybody this afternoon, 2 or 3 o'clock, I'm going to shoot for two, but we'll see. I'm going to test out the new channel and do a short live just to make sure everything's working for tomorrow night. See if there's any more hoops that YouTube has for me to jump through, you know. Oh, you're just eating the oatmeal in order to get that box so you can make the air cannon. I know what's really going on, Mike. Uh, Pay attention to how you feel, because there's a few people who say that it's not good for your digestive tract, but I'm a firm believer in one size does not fit all. What's not good for one person might be really good for another. I, you're still young. I don't remember how old you are. I remember your birthday's in September, but I don't remember what year you were born. I don't see how anybody could eat oatmeal plain. I like cinnamon. I'm lucky. I can eat a pepperoni pizza and go to bed and go to sleep. I know a lot of people that can't do that. If they eat something like pepperoni or spicy, you know, even 6 or 7 hours before they go to bed, they have trouble. 9 o'clock tonight, guys. Mogollon Monster, Why the Fascination. I don't know that I've ever had porridge. I remember the Little Rascals talking about porridge. Yeah, brown sugar is good on oatmeal. Uh, I get brown sugar to bake pineapple upside down cakes, and that's really the only use I have for it. So once I get those out of the way, if I've got brown sugar left over, sometimes I'll put a spoonful in coffee. It's actually good in coffee. But as far as regular sugar, I try my best not to use any of it because there's so much in everything else. Kathy, grits, all yours. I don't eat grits. And I have to be careful of how much corn because the GMO corn is so prevalent now and it does not agree with my breathing at all. So I'm kind of the canary in the coal mine when it comes to GMO corn. When company I was working for in Greensboro, they were based out of the Boston area. They flew me up for some training, and everybody was so friendly. They all wanted to take me out for breakfast. And I was like, man, Southern hospitality ain't got nothing on this. I mean, every day somebody was taking me out to breakfast. And after a week, we was talking about it. I said, you guys are really friendly here. I appreciate it. Everybody's taking me out to breakfast and whatnot. They said, oh, no, they're not being friendly. They're just wanting you to want to see you and the waitress when you order grits. Kathy, I'm not a moose, Kathy. I'm not a moose. But so I was talking to them, and they told me that, and it was my mistake because nobody took me out to breakfast after that. I told them I didn't like grits. Yeah, for the first week, the last 2 weeks I was on my own because I made the mistake of telling them I don't like grits. Chris, now is this Chris that counts the birds? If it is, Chris, I've been telling your story, buddy, about how you do the counting of birds. I hope you had a good time at it. Somebody else in chat used to do that. They said, was it Charlie up in Michigan? They said they counted birds for a few years back in the day. I'm lost, Kathy. That's okay, Chris. Don't worry. No pressures here. Everybody's laid back, just easing into their day. At least on the East Coast, we're easing into our day. Other places are finished their work day and they're just tapering down. I don't think Chris gets paid for that. I think his enjoyment of doing it is his pay. I figured you'd like to count the buckshot you find in the bird. Yeah, Chris, I agree with you. I'm not into birds like you are, but I am very much into nature, mountaintop views, and waterfalls. Like I said, I figured you'd be counting the buckshot, not the bird. The only thing I've got a bird with was a 22, and I felt like I had an unfair advantage getting them with a 22. They make 410 pistols, but oh, who was it? I saw it the other day. They had an excellent 410 for a younger person. I don't remember who made it, but it was a neat 410 single shot. A 410 with a slug is pretty much a 44 Magnum. I was at one of the sporting goods stores in South Carolina, and they actually had a 357 rifle, and it was pretty small. It was just big enough to be the legal definition of a rifle and not a pistol. And I wanted that thing so bad, but I just couldn't bring myself to part with the money at the time. Uh oh. Well, if he hangs around you very long, Mike, you'll change that. Kathy, what did you say? Yeah, I understand, Mike. I have to, fess up. I'm citified to a certain point. Like I said, I'm not going to go camping without a bathhouse within 100 yards of the campsite. I just don't do that anymore. I'll still camp in a tent and put the sleeping bag on the ground, but I want a couple of modern facilities. Yeah, he needs to learn about something called boot cut. No, I don't need to take a break. Oh my goodness. Mike, you got your work cut out for him. Mio. Hello, Miss Mio Ryder. I am so glad to see you. Mio has been really busy. I haven't seen her go live hardly at all. Mio, you're just in time. Uh, the pinned at the top of chat is the link to my new channel, Mio. I hope you will join me there. We're just going to talk music. I know, Mio, you are a busy young lady, but we are always glad to see you. And the new channel, the lives will be on the weekend when maybe you got time off. Raymond, yeah, it's going to be bright sunshine, but it's going to be a little on the chilly side. We might get up to 40 today. I hope you and Norma are having a great start to your day, Raymond. Thank you, Mio. I hope you have a great new year too. You'll be in 2026 12 hours before we get there. Mike, have you caught the last couple of Mio's lives? She's there at the shop working. Yeah, bright sunshine always helps the mood along, so to speak. I think I saw that one. Either that or she sold more than one seat. And buddy, you talk about keeping a clean shop. She was always straightening stuff up, dusting off shelves. Mia's a hard worker. I wish she'd get over her stage fright and do more singing. I, Mike, I kept telling her she needs to come over to America's Got Talent. The crowd would fall in love with her. She's moving up in the world. She's smart girl. Second place. I'd like to see who took first place. If they actually sing better than you, Mio, I want to see them. Mike's funny. For those of you who haven't seen Mio, she looks like a 12-year-old. And Mike just called her a grandma. Oh, Sharon, thank you. Always great to see you. If you have to go driving anywhere, I hope that it's a smooth, safe trip. And hopefully we'll see you tonight at Moggs. Oh, okay. Uh, Raymond, the new channel, I'll be going live tomorrow night at 11 my time. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mike. So hopefully you show up, Raymond. The new channel's pinned at the top of chat. See, Mike, I told you I wasn't good at language, but keep telling me so I can learn it. It was not a granny sweater. It was a mom sweater, but not a granny sweater. Oh, thanks, Raymond. Yeah, we'll be talking music there. That's going to be the focus of that channel is music. We got to talk about it so much here, and a couple of people wanted me to start the channel. I mean, outright, but we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. It might flop. It might take off. It might be stagnant, but we'll find out. Thanks, Raymond. Kathy, Mike's going to pick with everybody. Yeah, for Mio, it's 9 o'clock at night. Kathy's got that high dollar walker if it's got wheels on it. Most people end up just putting sliced tennis balls over the ends. Raymond Moggs is still here. He'll let her know. Yeah. We're all hoping that she's 100% again. Moggs, do you have any appointments today? Reservations? That means you have all kinds of time to get other things accomplished. I'm sure there'll be a little bit of fishing. Uh-oh. Watch it. I'd say the same thing, Raymond. I've tried my best to encourage them to do more videos. One question, Mike. Just one. I knew it was going to be that. I saw that one coming. Renslow. Renslow, it's so good to see you. Renslow is another really good singer. John P., good morning. John P., I hope your day is moving along well. It's afternoon for you, too. John P., new channel, short live this afternoon, about 2 o'clock my time. I think that's 7 p.m. your time. John P.'s having a late lunch. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Renslow, I hope you and your family had a very Merry Christmas. And I hope that 2026 is a great year for everybody here. Mm-hmm. Tina, good morning. Tina, it's from what I saw on the weather this morning, it's a little chilly even down your way. Well, you guys, I'm going to grab a coat and a cap to go close things down. You guys got a few minutes to say bye, and I'll probably hit the wind chime one time. If the wind's not doing it for me. And then when I get everything situated, I'm going to have a jelly biscuit. Yeah, I just put on a jean jacket and a cap. I'm not going to be out there. I'm not going to be out there long. Air's real dry here. I'm hacking and coughing a lot, but hopefully we'll see everybody tonight at Why the Fascination, Mogollon Monster, and about 2 o'clock this afternoon on the music channel. I'm going to do a short live, just like I said, make sure everything's in order before Wednesday night, because we're going to do a New Year's Eve. But hopefully I'll see everybody tonight at Mogollon Monster. There's the link. Mike, if you do it too soon after the other one, sometimes Nightbot gets confused. Just type it again and it'll be fine. Oh, the wind's really been blowing out here. Both thermometers are blowing off their stands. 20, 25 degrees. It's a little chilly. Well, you guys take care. I hope hundreds and thousands of kind words come your way. I appreciate every last one of you. All the help you've given with the new channel. I don't forget that stuff. Take care, everybody.